Hey everyone, it's Chad here. Wanted to bring you something rather different. Now, there are people out there who may remember the likes of Sim Tower. Tower building sim from back in the day, long time ago. Well, this is a similar sort of thing, except up to date and built by SomaSim, published by Casado Games, and will be available, and is in fact available for pre-purchase on Steam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek at it. So we're going to start a new game. So here we go. West Monroe Street. Engineer, you can see contractor, developer, architect, all that kind of difficulty level. Lot sizes. Okay. So it's going to start us up. Now, one of the things you tend to notice is you can see there the time's passing. Press the space bar and it pauses it. You've got speed. You've got essentially prestige level. So as essentially what happens is as your prestige of your building grows, so you can have better things. Obviously there's your population and the number of workers and residents in your building. So you can see money, and you can see today's budget, which will summary every day at midnight. So once the clock goes around to midnight, you'll get a summary. You can see what your ingoings and outgoings are. You can fine-tune prices for restaurants and bits and pieces, and you can even run on this lovely ADA 360 some budget analysis and look at the details and things of that nature. So you've got that there. Now this is another thing called media buzz. You can generate media buzz by having certain good level items in your tower, and then that enables you to run certain things. Now they normally run for a 24-hour period, but you can say increase satisfaction for all apartments, residents, all that kind of stuff. And these are various options that you've got there. Now, you've also got influence. This grows as your building and your prestige improves. Now, you've got obviously the likes of aesthetics, making the building look pretty. Politics, where you can still get things like public transport, nice art, zoning changes, decorations, and then operations. So, for example, you can improve the kind of stuff you can have in the building, like exclusive elevators. And then down here, after we've clicked that off, you've got this where you can get loans out. So if for whatever reason you're in trouble, you can get a loan out. But one of the things I learnt very quickly with this game, don't overreach. Do not overreach, otherwise it could get messy. So let's have a look at the rest of the toolbar here. And you can see this is essentially where you do most of your original building. So you can see add more floor pieces, you can add stairwell, you can add a lift, and that's where upgraded elevators go that don't need to start on the ground floor. You've got building staff, so you've got maintenance that repair broken elevators, you're going to need some of them. And you've got maintenance office large, and you can see just in a little tooltip there, you can tell it exactly what's required. So you can see we have a valid placement below ground. We have large construction office, must not have any, but we do not have a consultant upgrade. And you can see there's not only an upkeep cost, so we can build it for free, but there is a certain amount of upkeep. So you want to try and keep that, the money, positive as best you can. You have trash, because people generate trash and it will build up over time. So you've got essentially bins for each of the floors and then collection rooms where they'll store all of that. Storerooms. So for retail storage, so that obviously the shops can go downstairs and get something from downstairs, should you perhaps need it. And you can even have a metro station built to the bottom of your building, so under this area here, where it can facilitate more people coming into your building. Now, you've also got this. Now, this is essentially how the power and the water and the gas and all the resources work in that regard. So you can see here, this is a power transformer. And so it adds 10 electrical connections to your building, costs a certain amount of money. And then you can see here, utilization. That's the important one, because once that goes over 100%, people will start complaining. Now, what you've also got here is wiring closets. Now, this is how you will get your electricity and your water and your gas, because you'll get other things in there. So if you click on this, you can see water. So we can put water in there as well. And gas can be all done. As you can see there, water and gas can be openly done as part of that. Phone, cable TV, and electricity can all be done as part of that one. So you build them one on top of each other, and then it will automatically create a connection between them. Now, if for whatever reason you find you don't have enough, this is where you can start buying more stuff. So you can buy that phone switchboard, or you can buy that phone switchboard, or you can buy that phone switchboard. Now, the difference between those is obviously build, upkeep cost, but you can see that gives you 150 new phone connections for your building. Now, what that means, obviously, is if you have a big call center in here, then you'll need to have lots and lots of phones. So, you have cable TV. Same things apply. You have to run the wiring closets up there, and then obviously provide enough capacity for you to be able to build it. And the same goes for water, and the same goes for gas. And you can see here the pipes coming into the building. Everything kind of goes from the bottom floor. Now, what most people tend to do is they'll probably sort of build something like that there. And there you can see that's now the water and the gas will go up from below and up to that first level. Now, you've got other options along here. You've got electricity, you can see phone and gas, all that kind of good stuff. Now, so what we're going to do is we're also, as you can see here, we can also bulldoze stuff. And this is where you can create office spaces. Now, your office spaces come in various different types. So you can see here, a basic build cost is free. Above ground floor, on the ground floor. So you could put it on the ground floor. You then move up to bigger placements, prestige, more prestige, more prestige. And this is allocate for a high quality suite. Now, the thing is, with high quality suites, they have certain demands, which we'll see later on in the game. So you can also then put in apartments. Now, the thing is obviously, you don't, if you're living in an apartment, you don't want to be near a very busy office. So what you can do is you can, if need be, build it out there. So, and they come up, look at that. I mean, allocate for loft apartments. So that's right up the top of your building. And if you zoom out with a mouse wheel, and let's just say we click on that to start with. I mean, we can go up some distance, to say the least, see? It's quite some distance to go. I think there are limits on how far you can go at the moment. So, anyway. So, what we've got here is we've got a unit report, construction office, and we've got a set of stairs. So, this is going to be our first sort of nice level where people are going to come in. So, you can see here some of our construction people. We'll just unpause that. So, nice people here walking in, and they look lovely. And they're going to move down into the construction office, and they're the people who are going to help us build things. So what I think we're going to do is we'll keep that stairwell in there for the moment. But what we'll do is we'll just build out this way a bit. Now, what you'll see is that that's now basically in build mode. And we've got to wait for these guys to get off their arse reading the newspaper and actually do some building. Now, it might be that they're going to do that. But you can see already it's cost us some money to do that. Now, one thing you'll also notice is if we put that there, you can see that was 30. Or, sorry, 10. See, that's 10. That's 11. That's going to be 12. So what happens is it costs you more as you build up the floors. So once you start getting up high, it's going to start costing you a pretty penny. So we're going to build this all the way over to there. Now, obviously, what you need to do is you need to make sure there's plenty of transit available. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a lift in there. Now, that means that they can use that lift to get to other locations. Now, we're going to speed it up because we want them to start building stuff. And to be honest, that kind of tends to be the normal speed at which you run things. Now, what we'll also do is we'll match the underground area as well. So essentially, they need to go down, they'll come down here, but we can also build lift down here and get rid of that stairwell if we require it. Now, so this is, oh, look at this. Building staff can't get to where they need to go. That's the problem they had previously. Now, you do have some other things down here. You can say construction. This is where you build the aesthetics, the operations, the options for art. Now, this is very important because there are things here. You can sign contracts. Now, if we look at this contract here, basically, it says more people needed. So, essentially, you get 500 up front and 1,500 on completion once you get a population of 50 people. Sign that, because that's good money. And then what it'll do is it'll show you over here on the right-hand side. You'll sign the contract, and this is how many people you need to get. You see, and there, what the rent goal is, we want to get a daily rent of 1,000. And at the moment, we're not getting diddly squat. So, another thing to bear in mind is rubbish. Yes. We need to deal somewhere with rubbish. Now, what I tend to do is I build 3 out like that. And then I'm going to build another 3 out because that's where we're going to put this. And you always start on the ground floor, so build up and down like that. Now, what we do on the trash is we'll build a room like that and like that. And you can see there we're already starting spending money. And that and that. Now, what you have to do as a result of that is you still have to build the collection rooms. So what we might want to do is consider building another layer down. But the problem is we're starting to build too much. We're not actually building any offices that allow people to get in. And that's going to be a key thing. So this is what I'm talking about, don't overstretch. Because, one, you pull a muscle, and two, it means that you'll run out of money pretty damn fast. So we'll put the water up there. We may not need the water, but it's good to keep both going up, because if you don't keep both going up and these going up as well, you'll forget them, put something in there, suddenly realise, oh crap, I've got to move them because I've got to get the wiring closets in, and then you'll have to delete stuff. So we're going to keep the bottom layer completely empty because that's going to be like the lobby. So we're going in with offices. Now, we'll start here. Now, obviously, I'm going to derp out if it's not symmetrical, but, you know, what can you do? So there we go. Now, this is where we start doing things like laying the electrics. So you've got electrics phone there, and you have to run the electrics out like this. And you don't have to run it all the way across the apartment or the area. You just have to run it to where it is. And you can see now that that is now supplying electricity to there, and you can see production 10. So we are now supplying electricity to that location. Now, we click on this, and this is where we can say, oh, look at this. Let's get some people into those offices and have a look at the accountant's offices. Now, you can see now they've got a red X next to them because they are not happy and they expect certain things to be there. So you need a greater variety of food court restaurants. And also they need things like a phone line and courier services and copy services. So what we can do is we can go down here. As you can see, allocate space for restaurants and cafes. So we'll put a nice little restaurant cafe, I think, right in the center of the lobby. And let's have a look. See what... There we go. Skyline Bagels. So there we go. Skyline Bagels is going to be in there. Now, we go over to here, and we go over to the phone section. And if you want to remove phones, you can do that. If you want to add phones, you can do this. So we'll go all the way over. And there we go. The phones have been added. Now, you can see that icon there. That essentially means that he has not been supplied with electricity. There we go. He's now been supplied with electricity. And you can see here, he'll see what's going on. He likes being in a high traffic area, things of that later. So, if we look under legal offices, because they tend to pay pretty well, as you can see. Click on that, they move in. And you can see here that they're going to be moving in and get all ready to go. And so what we'll do is we'll put some more legal offices in there. Like so. Because they pay good rent. Now, creative offices, you can see, need a prestige of 1. So we might even be able to put an accounting office. No, they need a phone line. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, you've got this little option here. Now, what this does is that it may mean that you don't know if there are any potential renters out there. So if you click on that, it will cost you $100. And it will essentially put in a advert. And it will take about 2 minutes for that advert to go through. Now, you can see insurance offices don't pay much, but they're a good one to start with. Now, you notice there, he doesn't have phone. So, we go to here, but we do have phone. Why is it dashed? The reason it's dashed, and look at that, that's on fire as well. The reason it's dashed is we don't have suitable phone lines. Now we do. So, what we need to do is we need to get a handyman in to deal with that. And look at that. Did you hear that screech? That was somebody moving out already. They've moved out of that office. They are unhappy. So what we need to do is we need to get a handyman in for the building. So building staff, there's the handyman. And so they essentially will empty that area now, and that'll be ready for a new office. So there we go. And this is something you can click on, where you can say renovate, etc., and all the rest of it and stuff like that. And as you get higher, you can actually say auto renovate when you've got enough money in the bank, which sometimes happens, sometimes not, but we'll wait and see. So, let's put another one in there, and let's put in a legal office again, a nice high-paying legal office, and then we'll make sure they've got power, they've got water, and they don't need cable TV, they don't need water, and they don't need gas. Okay, so Now what we're going to do is we're going to start building up the level. Oh, look at that. Now you can uncheck that so it doesn't show that. And you can see the money's slowly slipping away. You can see we're at negative 500 and something a day. So we need to start building and build fast, because otherwise we're going to run out of money and then we're going to be screwed. We'll basically be living in debt, trying to keep the building afloat. Well, not afloat, but I mean financially afloat, as opposed to floating around like a turd in a swimming pool. But let's see, because let's put some more in here. You can't build it, you see, because they haven't actually gone through. You can see now the guys are starting to build, do their work. There you go. See, now they've got their windows and it's ready to build on. Now you will be able to put in additional decorative elements, things of that nature. Now, here we go. This is something where we need to supply. Look at that. Not present, but desired by people, the tenants. Put that in. That's now available. And what we'll also need to do is put a lift down to there. Now, these are the kind of things where you have to provide services to the people that move in. There we go. See, copy services, not present, but desired by residents. So, let's put another level down the bottom here. Put a thing like this, and look at this. The money's getting low. This is not good. And it's going to cost us money to actually move in. So, this is why, what I'm talking about is why it's a difficult thing. See, copy services. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. So we're waiting here for them to actually finish working on this particular area. And, you know, you can get more people over the course of time, but it takes a little while. So we are just waiting as the time is ticking by, because what they're doing is they're building that building up there. They're doing all this stuff. Now, here is where we need to put in our stuff like that, and the closets, and we'll put the rubbish in shortly. So let's see, because we need to put in more offices. Oh, of course, yeah, we haven't done that bit yet. There we go. We'll do that, and I tend to like to put it aside so I can put a window in between like that. So a bit of variety, something a bit different. Put it back over the top. Run the power. Like so. Now, you can see there, the copy services. Look at this. This is not good. We're down to 237 now. So, legal officers. Let's get the legal eagles in as quickly as we can. And the accounting officers, no, they don't want it. And the insurance, expect copy services. Okay, see, this is how it can go. Very, very pear-shaped very quickly. And we try and build a phone line out. There, you see. So, what we're going to have to do, is we're going to have to go and get some money. So, we'll get the phone lines out to there. And the electricity goes out to there as well, which is good. So, that will help us for a little bit. But the problem is, obviously, we've got to be careful about running out of money. So, phone line, courier services, copy services. So there is the courier, and there's no copy services, so we need to put that in. So we put it under here, and there we go, there's the copy services there. So now, these people may be more inclined to move in. Greater variety of food court restaurants. Well, bloody marvellous. Let's see what the insurance... Let's just move in with the insurance, people. Leave the fussy legal eagles to their own little thing. There we go. And then we can start putting in more here. Okay. There we go. We now have 1 prestige. So that's going to help us as well. Now, let's see. Oh, what's this? Power. Oh, what's going on here? Look at that, 130%. So what we need to do is we need to go into here and buy another one. You can see that's now at 65%, but we've got to keep an eye on it because power utilization gets sucked up so quickly. So, insurance offices, accounting offices, we're going to need some more food courts. So, let's put one in here and leave it at that. And then we'll call it a cafe. Actually, was it a cafe or was it food court? Food court. There we go. Food court restaurants. Burritos. Hurrah. And then we run power. Oh, there we go. We've now done the proof of concept. So we've been given some money. And that should help us. However, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to keep getting people in as quickly as we can to start generating the rents that we need to keep the building running. So there we go. They're all in now. Power's in. Probably need to put the phone in as well. And you can see now we have the option here of making everything look pretty. See? That look lovely. Now, the one thing we are going to have to do also is we're going to have to start putting in trash, trash. And one thing I didn't realise is that we haven't put in yet is we're going to need additional area down the bottom here, because that guy doesn't have any kind of lift for a start. But also he's going to need, more importantly, he's going to need that. And then power. Now it's possible that he's going to need a phone as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's better now. Okay, so we got the food court restaurants. They're relatively okay now. And what we also need is somewhere to store the trash. So here are the collection rooms. So we're going to put one collection room there and another collection room there. So one does the trash and one does the recycling. And so we continue to build. And you can see 840, we're not really making a huge amount of money at the moment. So we need to keep building. So you can see there 638. We'll put in just one lift because that's 300. And then wait for that to get built. And then you can see here. See, look, that's it. We're now run out of money. Yeah, that's how quickly it happens. Now, we've got these options here. We can do small artworks. It will tell you what you need to do. See, look, 10 influence it will cost. And it will cost more as you click on more of these. So, you know, it could be 95 influence by the time you get down to there. So we're still not at 50 population. That's what we're waiting to get to. So, hopefully, these new levels here mean that we will be able to do something about it, but we probably will have to get a bank loan out in order to just finish that off there. And wait for them to sort themselves out while we continue to put buildings in. Okay. Now, here we go. Legal offices. Oh, lovely. There we go. And then an accounting office, 140. Let's make sure that they've got the electricity. And let's go for legals, because then they provide more. Oh, look at this. Creative. Need a greater variety of cafes. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that if you're near a cafe, you're going to get a lot of noise. So a lot of people won't want to live that close to a cafe. Oh, look at this. High level rents. Lovely stuff. And you can see there that they're waiting for a phone line. So let's put a phone line into there. All the way across, just to be on the safe side. And this is the thing. You got to be careful because it can take up money very quickly. Now, why is he unhappy? So why don't we just put the rent down? Ah, son of a... Ah, that's why he's unhappy. Power. He's got power. Are we using up the power? Yes, we are. There we go. More power. We don't have the power, Captain. And we'll put in another nice legal. And, oh, copy services. So you can see there that the copy center is kind of struggling because you need more copy centers. So we've got more service calls than we can actually handle. So we can go into here and let's have a look. Here we go. So copy services, insufficient. You can plonk it in there. We'll have to plonk it somewhere else. So they'll have to wait for the time being. Now, the only drawback is obviously We've got to start putting in some more buildings here, or somebody there, and put another legal in there. So you can see how quickly it is that you can run out of money. It's very, very quick. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you one of the games that I've been playing. So, this is a game that I've been running for a little while. Been enjoying myself. And this is the Double Tower, as you can see. So, we've got lots of underground stuff here as well. We've even got the Transit Authority. There we go, the metro station. And what I've done is I've got all of the offices in one tower, and then all of the residents in another tower. Essentially, you just don't want them sort of all in the same place because of noise. And then it's got a sort of separator part of the way through to essentially keep the noise away from the upper levels and things of that nature. So you can see all these people up here as well. So you've got also some nice casual outlets. You've got places like this, and all sorts of nice little areas, along with certain expanded maintenance people as well. So let's go and have a look. There you go. There's the automation. So you click that, and they'll all go out and renovate all of the flats and all of the building. Now, the only drawback you don't have, the only drawback you do have is you can't build like a sky bridge between two buildings, which is a real shame. You have to build all the way up from the bottom, because what I would love to do is build like a plaza there, and then have a sky bridge between the two plazas. So you've got a way of getting in towards that building. So it could be a way of people getting home rather than having to go all the way down and then up the lifts. So let's see. This is what you do when you place various houses. You can see there. We can put one in there, and then you've got the option. You can see here. This is a deluxe bedroom apartment. And you can see it needs an electrical line. Expects certain things. It expects handyman. It wants a plumber. All that kind of stuff. Hates noisy areas, so we'll put them in there. And you can see that the foot traffic is still pretty good. We've got Easy Mart down here and all that kind of stuff. He's saying that rent is too high at the moment, so what can you do, eh? And you can see now increased density and incremental income. So we'll sign that one, and we'll sign that one as well. Resounding revenue. Okay. See, congratulations, we completed it, because we've already achieved the level that we required in order to actually get that level of profit. There you go, see? There we go. Now we've got industry diversification. So let's close that. And close all those windows. Here we go. So let's get all of those out of the way. And it's given a nice injection of funds for us. Now here you can see, here's all the various pieces that we've managed to get. So we're going to get medium artworks there. We can't unlock anything. Remember what I was telling you about how it's going to cost more? 240 by the time it gets down to there. So we now have nice artworks. You can see, oh, look at that. Indoor fountain. Oh, baby. Where can we put an indoor... Oh, can we put an indoor fountain there? Where can we put it? No. Here we go. $10,000 for a nice little indoor fountain. Look at that. So these are the things that you can do to generally build up. And here is the options that you've got for, you can see here, add placements for infrastructure operating costs. So we can do that, and that will just reduce the operating costs. You can see we're making $18,891 a day. So yeah, we don't really need any kind of equity at the moment. We're pretty self-sufficient. And what we've done is we're trying to build up a buffer area between the offices and these kind of places, the lingeries and boulangeries and all the rest of it and stuff like that. So, you know, to try and create a little bit of a buffer. And there's a nice casual outlet and here. So let's see, let's continue building upwards. Here we go. Oh. So you have to build below. That's the only thing that's... I mean, if I was to recommend one change, that would probably be it. But anyway, what we're going to now do is we're going to build a lift going up like that, and another lift on this side. Okay, so they're now going to come up and do all their building and stuff, and we will need to put in more of these and more of those. So that's being done there. Now let's start building up here as well. So you can see we can have really, really big offices. Now what I'll do is I will build a level up like this. Let's put in the bits and bobs we need here. And put it in like so. So what you can do is go into here. And then that's a really, really big office, you see. So it will be a 2-level office, all that kind of stuff. But we've got to wait for our building friends to get there. Now it could be that we could build a office or a lift that just goes exclusively between floors 10 and, you know, all the rest of it. Now that's the only thing that it doesn't have. It doesn't have an indicator showing you what floor it is. Would be nice if they put it on like the lift or something like that. But, you know, obviously this is a game that is not out yet. So give them time. I'm sure they'll be able to consider such things. Now, what we'll also do is, while we're at it, we'll put in the trash areas. Because you want to make sure that there's trash collection on every room. Or every level, I should say. Because otherwise things will build up very, very quickly and get very messy very quickly. See, now you can see there. This is the problem I've got here. Is, oh, hello, Kenneth. And there's Henry. These burgers and fries, they're too far over to the right, so they're going to get in the way. Same with this bastard. So, goodbye. And if you get rid of that, see, it's going to cost us 782, and we'll lose 1 prestige for breaking the contract, which is now what we've done, because we need to make sure that the trash and everything related to it follows the same route up the building. See, all the way to the top. And another thing to bear in mind is we will have to go and look down the basement to find out how the trash storage is going. 48%, 0, that's 48%, 0, 0, so it's still relatively okay as far as we're concerned. We're not really kind of pushing it in any kind of serious way at the moment. So I'm quite happy about that. So, now, let's see. What we can do is put a nice little sculpture there. And there. And there. And there we go. Decorator's touch. How lovely. So, we're just waiting for these people to get themselves sorted out. And that is a... Oh, yes, of course, we were putting in a thing over here, weren't we? So, let's just speed that up because we want them to build that as quickly as possible. Now, there we go. There's the 10th floor. So the only drawback is we will have to build this up if we want to build a elevator to go from the 10th floor to like the 20th floor. So we are just essentially building up the infrastructure that's required. There we go. So now we just go back here. So here's the 10th floor here. And we're going to put that one in there. That was the 10th floor, wasn't it? Yes, it was, next to that thing there. So let's put that one there. And then 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 18th, 19th, 20th. And there we have it. All the way up to the 20th floor. And so that's now an exclusive elevator. Now, the only thing you can't do is, for example, you can't have, yet anyway, things like express elevators like you used to have in Sim Tower, where you could say essentially have an express elevator that would transport you to the top of like a canteen or a hotelier area on the roof. You know, so these are possibilities. I don't know whether or not we're here to do that. I have to wait and see. God, what's going on with these guys? It's because they're doing all this building over here. See what I mean? Yeah, they're all just here doing shit. It's like, guys, get over here and get on with it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, this is what we're talking about that kind of big office. There we go. Now, this is what we're talking about requirements. So you can say here, corporate HQ, what do they need? They need at least Executive Club 1, needs to contain more technical offices to attract this tenant, and restaurants with gourmet meals. And you can see, look, buildings, more technical offices, restaurants with gourmet menus. See what I mean? Broadcast studios. They expect IT and computer repair. They want professional marketing services, building security services, helicopter charter services. And they want cable TV and greater restaurant gourmet menus and luxury stores, you see. So as you build up, so you have to provide a good spread of what is required. Oh, government offices, how lovely. Bloody hell, they want a lot. Flipping government. Oh yes, let's get some bankers in here. What a bunch of bankers, they want everything. So, what we need to do is we need to move down here, close that out, and put another elevator there. And then let's have a look at what is required here. So you can see computer and IT services not present, bingo. Now it is. Copy services, file storage, catering, professional auditing, security services. Let's put them in there as well. You can see here, not present, no demand, present demand, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Right, helicopter charters. What's the requirement for helicopter charters? Let's go and have a look, shall we? Come on, helis. Oh, it has to be above the ground floor. So, you can see there the executive club. So, I think what we'll do is we'll put the executive club there. And then we'll put helicopter services in there as well. Like so. Now. So they still need more restaurants and more legal offices and or more restaurants. More legal offices. So we're going to hold off on that one. Now what we'll do is we'll run the power over there, even though they haven't requested it yet. Now you can see those guys have requested cable TV, and these guys have requested phone. There we go. So, let's continue building. And what I want to do is kind of build a level up here. Because I don't know if you remember, but with the Sim Tower, it automatically built a lobby every, I think, 10 levels. So, but obviously, you know, this is a different game, different design parameters, all that kind of stuff. But obviously, it's going to be compared to an old favourite. Because, you know, it is, I suppose, to a certain degree, the spiritual successor to Sim Tower. And that's a good thing too. And it is horrendously addictive. I will warn you now, this game is very addictive as hell. So, we can't do anything there yet. You can see that we don't have, needs a cable line, needs electricity, expects bottled water, expects professional marketing services. Now that's interesting because I wonder if we've got that option here. Printing, professional auditing, temporary staffing, Limousine, no. Professional auditing. I doubt banks would want professional auditors. Might find out what a bunch of crooked bastards they are. So, what we're going to try and do is build a nice sort of area like that. Let's actually make it that one. I like that one. And then we'll put it in there as well. And so that'll be like a separator, so we can put stuff in here. Now, look at that, a gourmet restaurant. How fantastic. We can put another one up there as well. So 2 gourmet restaurants. And what else do we have? Nice shop. Luxury goods store. And see, large 2-floor stores as well you can do. So let's put a relatively smallish store in there, I think, because we still need, they still need trash collection and all the rest of that funky good stuff. So let's put all that in there. Whoops, not that. And then we'll put in the wiring cabinets as well. So you can see there, we'll still need to put that in there. And then we'll put the water in as well for obviously good measure. So, Indian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, seafood restaurants. Yeah, seafood restaurant seems very posh. So we'll put in power. And then we'll put in water. And we'll put in gas. And we'll put in phone because they'll probably want to get phoned. And then we'll put this one in. And we'll put a jeweler's right next to it. No, we won't. We won't put any of those in there, really. Oh, somebody's left. I guess we won't put anybody in there. Storeroom, empty bay. Okay. So, oh goodness me, these guys need phones. So, let's have a look for our storerooms. Here we go. So, there's a storeroom there. And, oh god, they've not got power either. Oh, bloody hell. How amiss of me. And we'll put in another storeroom here, I think. There we go. So, not looking too bad. See, plenty of foot traffic in. And all that good stuff. So, let's see what we can build here. See, look at that. Oh, boy. And that one as well. Holy crap. Duplex, 2-bedroom apartment. Now, let's see what's required. Holy crap. Dry cleaning, floral design. Really? Okay, whatever. Large restaurants, food and groceries, fashion accessories, appliance and housewares, luxury apartments. Yeah. Goodbye. So, you can also have the gourmet restaurants as well. So we can put in Thai, Japanese, French restaurant. Ooh. The Chateau Anglais, maybe? It's a TV series, if you're not familiar with it. 1,005 a day, oh my goodness. Bistro Lyon. Revenue. Water. Gas. Phone. Now let's go downstairs and check to see how things are looking. Phone. Water. Good. Gas. Oh, gas is not good. Gas is really not good. Gas. Let's put that in there. And then we can link the gas to there. There we go. you can see there, all of the gas that runs goes to the deluxe bedrooms. All that kind of funky good stuff. So, there's Bistro Leon at the top. Doesn't that look beautiful? And then, let's see, okay, let's put some shops around that area, I think. Let's put one in there as well. Apartment store, big box electronics, fancy groceries. Put something big and poncy in there. There we go, fresh store. Give them some lecky. Do they have lecky? No, they don't. They do now. And they need phone. There we go. So you can see still all the money's rolling in. Public art will have. So let's have a look to see what options we've got here. Outdoor art. Oh, baby. Look at that. Let's go out here. Here's our plaza. There we go. And so, outdoor art. Oh yes. That I like. Cost us a decent amount of money, but never mind. So let's see what we can do. Extra. Prominent business magazine. There we go. And we can also, in the section, where are we? Here. Plazas. Here we go. See? Put some more of those in if we wanted to, but we can't because we put concrete down. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it still looks really good, I think. And it helps increase our prestige. I mean, 24 prestige. Holy crap. We're doing well. Now, let's see what we've got here. See? Industry diversification. 000 creative professionals, finance professionals. So we don't have a lot of finance professionals right now. Now, let's see. Any government offices going to move in there? You know what? Screw you guys. If you're not going to move in, you can go home. Now, let's see. Is that too big to get in there? See, no, they still want more. They still want more, those buggers. So what we'll do is we'll just do one of these then. And there we go. That's better. Not so snooty now, are they? And let's see, go in there. There we go. Oh, yeah, phone. Lecky. And that's it for the moment, I think. So, creative and technical. There we go. And the Purple Group Incorporated. Now, what do medical officers need? Drugstore. Okay. So that's fair. Drugstore. And we'll put in another drugstore here. Actually, no, we won't. We'll put in a jeweler's. And in here, we've got a French restaurant. We've got a seafood restaurant. I think we need a Bangalore restaurant. There we go. So let's put that in. Let's put phone in. Let's put water in. Let's put gas in. Too noisy. You're in a you're a jewelry. Oh, for God's sake. Fine. Okay, technical offices, medical offices. Here we go. Let's put some medical orifices in here. Lots of dental clinics. Crikey. Drilling and filling. What's going on there? So, let's see if we can put some more things down here. Another one in there. I'll put a legal office. A nice law office. Okay, who moved out? Okay, what are they missing? They're missing water. There we go. So, we prefer renting on lower floors. Well, screw you. It's your problem. You should have got here earlier rather than be fussy. Okay, so let's go and have a look and see what demands there are. Catering services required. Bingo. Anything else? Nope. And over on the other side, what we're going to do is we're going to build that bottom layer there. And we're going to check to see if there's any services that our house people want. No. Really? Okay. Let's put another one down here. So, as you can see, you can build a different item. Continue. I mean, we can build up to floor 49, and we can probably build a lot bloody higher than that. So, I just thought I'd give you a quick sneak peek there. Now, if we quit out, I'll also show you what the options are. So you can see, obviously, you've got tutorials, various tutorials where you can learn things, and mods, so you can essentially buy mods from the workshop or get mods from the workshop. Let's have a look at the options. So, look at the game, obviously, you've got the options for time format, how you want the number format, set it to auto-save. There's all your resolutions for the graphics, so fortunately, because it's not a graphically intensive game, it's the kind of game that will play well on a laptop, all that kind of stuff. Sound, you can see music, sound effects, keyboard, you can remap all sorts of things for however you want it. And then obviously there's the about with the fine people in Chicago who have essentially helped us to enjoy this game by building it for us, and I hope you have enjoyed this sneak peek at Project Highrise. We'll see you next time.